Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is KDXI St. George, Radio St. George at 100.3 FM. And we welcome you to Startup Nation. Up-and-coming startups, entrepreneurs, wantrepreneurs go face-to-face with proven business leaders and talk funding, innovation, current business trends, technology, and social media's role in business. And now your host for Startup Nation, Ed Tracey.
Hi, everybody. Tuesday, October 15th, here in the great metropolis of St. George, Utah. It's not the end of the world, but you can see it from here. Welcome, Startup Nation. You know, we have a lot of things going on in this town. It's funny because usually we talk to people who are starting businesses and looking for funding for businesses or have an idea. But this is the time of year where there's like a million fundraisers. Wouldn't you agree?
True.
There's a lot.
Absolutely.
We have the lovely and talented Kariann Atkin.
Hello.
Executive Director of Big Brothers Big Sisters, Southern Utah. And yes, there's a this weekend, of course. The senior games are still going on. If you haven't checked any of that out, Suzanne Leonelli. Do you know Suzanne Leonelli from
Sisters? She worked
that's
for
right.
us.
50, Suzanne, but she's now at the age where she can participate. So she went and played racquetball and got her rear end handed to her.
Oh no!
So by an 80-year-old, wasn't that the case? I don't know, but anyway, so there's people that I know that are participating. These guys are in fine shape for their age.
Yes, absolutely.
They're doing great.
I am the director of Senior Games Soccer.
Oh,
And that is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week. So if you want to come and see some fantastic soccer, come out to Sullivan Soccer Complex and see us.
oh, look at you, all busy. You got lots of stuff going on too. Yeah, I just think it's great, and there's like 5,000 softball players that come in from out of town. Isn't it some insane amount of people that come just for softball?
Yeah, and it is so much fun to watch. I actually volunteered out there a couple years ago, and I loved it. It was so fun, really nice people. You can sit around, watch the games, get to know some people.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to meet, the pleasure of meeting John Morgan, who was old,
Wow.
still coming to the games. He went, I guess he was friends with John Romney, who was is it John Romney? I think Romney's the last name. He was executive assistant to John Huntsman. He introduced the two of them.
Wow.
John Huntsman wrote him a check for like $250,000. And
Exactly.
just like going to the Olympics. I am not kidding. It was great. And then the fireworks, and it was a lot of fun. And tonight is their concert, the Billy Joel, the tribute. They
That's
do the
right.
big one. So I'm going to go check that out and see if I'm a big Billy Joel fan. If he screws up any of his songs, I'm going to complain. So that's this Friday, October 18th. We're doing Mall Fest, as if I don't have enough to do.
That's right.
So Mall for all sponsors of the event. That's going to be at the mall in the parking lot of JCPenney from 6 to midnight. Same thing you'd see at Street Fest, except we're going to have kid bouncy houses, face painting, balloon twisting, rock climbing. There will be a beer and wine garden for all you drinkers, all you Protestants out there. Be lots of beer. And that goes till midnight. 6 to midnight is the beer garden with a live stage. We'll have music. We'll have what do they call them? They're the Sun River Witch Cloggers. It's the lady dancers, the jazz dancers from Sun River. They're going to come out. They come out dressed as witches. They were at Spooky Town.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they were great. They were great. They'll be out. Shannon Birch Vocal Studio usually does some entertaining for us. She has some great.
Ooh.
I would do that, but I would break a hip.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, the house, but there's still lots to do in this town. So, and then speaking of that, we have a trivia night coming up.
We do, absolutely. Big Brothers Big Sisters has 2 fundraising events, and Trivia Night is one of them.
Let's hear it.
We do it every year, end of October, 1st of November. This year it's November 2nd
Okay.
at DSU Gardner Center.
Now, is that where you normally have it?
Yes,
Yeah,
we partner with the Student Association to put it on.
Okay.
And it opens at 5:30. The doors open. You can come in and have a snack and have a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Trivia itself starts at 6 o'clock. We do 8 rounds of 8 questions of trivia. And today is the day
Today's the last
that
day.
the questions, but the categories.
All right.
So if your team is signed up, today's the day the categories go out, and then you can kind of brush up on your trivia in those categories. So it takes the really wide context of trivia, and it shortens it down to the 8 categories so that you don't have to try to look everything up on the internet before you arrive.
Gotcha. Now, who's Brenda Cody from TDS? Is she one of the participants?
Brenda Cody is
She
on
does
our
it every-
board. She's
yeah.
fantastic.
I love Brenda.
She comes and helps us every year, and we love her.
Yeah, she's a good gal. Is she smart? Does she get any of the questions right?
I was on her team 2 years ago, and she and I did our best, but I don't think we answered very many questions.
Now, who wins these things? Like, who won last year?
You know who wins? St. George Musical Theater
Get out of
brings
town.
a team, and they know everything. I swear to you, 80% of the questions every year, someone on their team knows the answer to.
You're not allowed to Google this stuff. Like, you can't have your phone, right?
Your phone gets put in a basket in the middle of the table.
Really?
And we do have volunteers that monitor each table so nobody can look up any of the trivia.
Really?
It's all how.
Are they kids? Are they the kids, or like the executive director comes out?
It's the executive do a really good job of knowing everything.
Yeah, I stink at those things, but I would come out. So, how much is it to join a team, and what does it cost to enter, and all that stuff?
It's a table of 8.
Okay.
It's $200 a table.
Okay.
And that does include your food and beverages, the 8 rounds of trivia. We do also offer a silent auction. So if you come out and you happen to want to buy some sort of fun gift to give somebody at the holidays, the date is November the 2nd. Doors open at 5:30 at DSU Gardner Ballroom. And if you want information, you can go and look under events, trivia, and it gives all the information about where we are, when it is, how much it is. You can pay for your team right there online with a credit card. For $200 on a credit card, you can pay for your team, and that information will come to. Make sure that you put a team name down. Get a fun team name, because we're going to name your table your team name, and that's how you'll find yourself when you show up to the event.
All right. And you got some people signed up already?
We do.
Awesome.
We do. We have 24 teams.
Wow.
Our goal is 36 teams, so I know there's 12 teams out there.
Besides bragging rights, what do they win?
There are prizes for first, second, and third. And also we have the Spirit Award for just the funnest, most enjoyable team, because there's always one of those.
Brenda Cody.
That's right. First prize this year is going to be 8 tablets. So we're giving away tablets to each member of the winning team.
Very cool.
The amazing Dixie Direct book donates, and they are our second prize for all 8 members of the second place team.
Those alone are worth their weight in gold.
They are amazing,
Yep.
and Dixie Direct has been amazing to Big Brothers. For third prize, everybody gets their favorite popcorn.
Popcornopolis.
That's right.
All right.
It's
Not
all
popcorn
kinds of
polluting or sponsoring or mentoring.
Littles are the children in our program
Gotcha.
that have a mentor, which we call a big.
Right.
And so we match children in the community that have a need
That's awesome.
with an adult mentor to spend time with them, to help them reach their goals. Big Brothers Big Sisters is about defending potential of youth in our community and helping them to reach their potential. Our number one goal is safety. Our second goal is reaching potential and youth development. So
It's a big thing.
we match adults with children on like basis so that they can learn things together. They can go and do community events.
Right.
They volunteer at other places together. They walk dogs at the shelter. They go and serve meals at the homeless shelter.
Awesome.
They do all kinds of things together and helps them get to know each other, builds a strong bond, somebody to talk to, somebody to listen to you, somebody to help you reach your goals, somebody to show you that whatever your dreams are, you can reach them. And there are ways to find in every community that we can help you to reach your goals and find your potential.
Very cool. That's awesome. So if somebody, let's come back to that, because I want them to know how, as an adult, if they wanted to participate or volunteer to be a big, how to do all that sort of stuff and the qualifications and that. And we'll get to that.
Okay.
Second fundraiser. What's the other fundraiser?
Bowl for Kids Sake. The nation, every of littles, we highlight matches during the Bowl for Kids' Sake, and so you can meet some. And we're dealing with potential of children, and so we don't want to have anything happen to them.
Sure.
So that's the goal. And so the money that we raise goes to fund matches, $1,200 buy-in. And so we raise money to make matches, because that's really what matters.
Sure.
We need all of it, and we need staff, and we need fundraisers, and we need community involvement, and we need volunteers. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is every child that we get to reach, every one child that gets a mentor, that we get to make a difference in their life outcome.
Sure. How do you find these kids? I mean, are they at risk youth? Are they just kids that maybe don't have a single parent family? I mean, how do they qualify for something like this?
We do not turn away any children. So if a child needs us, has a need, and they contact us, then they can be put on our waiting list to receive a mentor. But that is the gamut of children. That could be children in the foster care system.
Sure.
That could be children being raised by a grandparent.
Right.
It could be children in a 2-parent household, or children in a 1-parent household, or children who have an incarcerated parent, or a parent that is serving abroad in the military or armed forces.
Gotcha.
Anybody who needs us for any reason, we're willing to serve your child.
And why would they be put on a waiting list? Is it mainly just so that we can find a big for them? I mean,
Correct.
A lot of that is just finding the adult that suits them and somebody that, passes the test and,
That's right.
and fits them best. Is it hard to find?
Yes and no. There are some really amazing people in this world that volunteer in $1 million minimum. And so if you want to mentor a child, we've found that anything under a year can actually be detrimental. So when you take on a mentoring role, it's a big buy-in. You're saying, I'm going to be here, I'm going to be present, I'm going to show up for at least a year for this child, and I'm going to make a difference in their life.
And it's a year commitment. How often are the bigs meeting with the littles?
A minimum of twice a month. A maximum of 4 times a month. We're not providing a teacher, we're not providing a tutor, we're not providing a lot of different things that people need also. But
I mean, it's not. But and when they meet with them, let's say they meet with them for Biggie, as you call them, Biggie E. What's up? What's expected of them when they meet with these kids?
We don't have a minimum time, but we do have a maximum time range. We want it to be less than 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
Because anything more than that is grandparents are doing other activities in a child's life. So we're asking for 30 minutes to 4 hours twice a month.
And what are they doing in that time frame?
They go to the park, they ride bikes, they hike, they go to Peach Days in Hurricane, they go to Street Fest, they go to the Children's Museum, they go to plays, they go to Tuacahn. We provide activities. Our organization partners with other people in the community, such as Washington Rec Center, to provide activities that we invite them to for free so that they can do things in the community that may cost money that we can help provide for them. So it can be anything. It could be baking a cake. It could be riding your bike. It could be listening to music. It could be writing a letter to your grandma. It could be walking the dogs at the shelter. It can be anything.
Wait a minute. Do kids still write letters?
We do in our program. We actually once a year have children write letters. It is a lost art form.
I'm telling you, man.
It is.
Kids are texting Santa Claus now,
That's true.
Instagramming Santa Claus, sending them their list.
That's true.
That's all. And the kids they love this program, I'd imagine.
They love it.
Yeah.
We serve children 6 to 17. Always say that there's no end to the number of children. So that's an interesting question. We see more boys who need a mentor between enough volunteers for the waiting list that we have. And our goal every year with Big Brothers Big Sisters is to match every child that we put on our waiting list within 12 months. So once you're interviewed and you get on the list and we're looking for the right mentor for you, then our goal is to match you within a calendar year. So we don't want children to be waiting for 2, 3, 4 years.
Right.
That's really not in their best interest, and we try 90 days.
That'd be awesome.
If I could match every child in 90 days. Because it want the right you have a skill set that specifically is going to help this child reach their potential, that's what we're looking for. And so that takes a minute.
Sure. Wow. A lot goes into that, though.
Yeah.
But it's worth it, right?
It's so worth it.
Now, you guys, you're on Tabernacle, right? Your office is on Tabernacle. It's a big building there.
It is.
Do you have programs for the kids there? Do they come
We
for
don't.
things? You know?
We have site-based programming with Washington County School District
Gotcha.
and the City of St. George, and we use it, and we have the mentors meet us there. We do youth development and outcome programming where we teach manners, where we teach social skills, where we teach kids what bullying looks like. But yeah.
You know, adult, you know.
Well, the goal is to make relationships that last a lifetime.
Sure.
Even if you age out or you move or your life circumstances change and you're no longer in the program, doesn't mean that you can't still be a part of that child's life, that you can't be friends, that you can't be sisters. She was matched in Wisconsin, and her little sister is in her 20s now and has children of her own.
See how quick that time went?
You did.
We're going to take a short pause here. We got Kariann Atkin, Executive Director of Big Brothers Big Sisters Southern Utah, talking about events and how you can be a biggie for these smalls, and lots of great things. It's just a great program. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in about a minute.
This is Henry Fogel, your host on Collector's Corner, heard every week on this station, inviting you to join me for a program of music by the American composer Arnold Rosner. Arnold Rosner wrote very beautiful music rooted in both the 19th century and to some degree the 16th century. We'll hear his corner.
Collector's Corner. Welcome to Live a Better Life with Dr. Cody Nielsen from Desert Edge Medical.
Depression is the leading cause of disability for those aged 15 to 44 in the United States. Help for depression is available. I'm Dr. Cody Nielsen, board certified in family medicine from Desert Edge Medical, and
as I share some of the best sacred music ever written.
This week on Sacred Sunday Mornings, music of the Moravians. This Sunday at 8 a.m. and noon on Radio St. George 100.3
4 to 5:30 p.m., there is a Resume Boot Camp in the Holland Building, room 537. And from 5:30 to 7 p.m., there is the Huntsman World Senior Games Global Cup Dinner in the Gardner Center. And that's your calendar on Radio Dixie 91.3.
Our place on the internet. Radio St. George.
Welcome you back to Startup Nation. Here's your host, Ed Tracey.
Events that they have coming up, and just a lot of things. You know, this is when you see these different organizations, these nonprofits or these groups that help kids and stuff. I don't think, you know, I mean, you see, you know, an organization like Big Brothers Big Sisters. You have, you know, this adult or a biggie helping a youth or a small and taking them to events and stuff. But just getting them paired up is a chore. It's a work in progress because you just don't take something.
The information.
Bring this up, but there's so many kids out there that are starving for attention. And one of the things that to me, that just says these kids are screaming for attention, and it's the right attention. They need, you know, just even an extra hour with their parents or with their big brother or, you know, or a biggie from Big Brothers Big Sisters, you know, somebody that they can, you know, vent to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, somebody they can talk to, somebody that is each other, and then hopefully they can open up about things that are bothering their school or get help with their homework if they need it, or just have somebody to listen to them when they want to talk about things that they don't feel comfortable talking to other people about.
Sure. Sometimes it's tough to talk to your parents even.
It is, yeah.
You know, and maybe even save a life.
That would be amazing.
I mean, that's amazing. The stuff that you guys do. When I first heard about it, you know, growing up, you hear about Big Brothers Big Sisters, and you really don't know, because it's stood the test of time, obviously, because it's successful at what it does, and it creates those bonds for the kids, and it's not just for the time from the.
You know, 4, 5, 6 kids from one family, and then to be a big. To say, I know what difference this made in my life. Actually, a child that I was the match support for, the whole time she went to high school and came and volunteered, and she was a big sister. And so that's when you really know what kind of difference.
That was a small.
Yeah.
You know, really.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So.
Big Brothers Big Sisters Southern Utah, BBSU. BBBSU.org.
That's right. Federal funding and grants. When we serve specific needs in the community, then we get grant funding. And then we have our donation center. Have you seen our green bins or bring it to our location at 530 East Tabernacle Street? We utilize that product with a contract with Savers, that money to run the program.
Very cool. So you don't have
that they're going to bring one here to our community in the future. But Savers is an amazing organization. So
yes,
what they don't use, they sell to third world countries for decking.
Yes.
Savers is the number one amazing organization that gives back to the community through nonprofit.
Right.
It's all kinds of amazing things. So our partnership with them is really important.
I've seen them in California, and so I didn't even know they were here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they're in Utah.
Right, northern Utah. Right.
So our product gets shipped to northern Utah for the most part.
Sure. But you get the money.
Yes.
Right.
But they fund our program and our matches, and that's the goal. That's what we're trying to do, is earn enough money, $1,200 per match, so that we can match more children, because every child that we match is an opportunity to change somebody's life for the better.
Sure. $1,200 is not a lot. So you got 100.
Yeah.
So how long have you been with them, with Big Brothers Big
I
Sisters?
have been with Big Brothers Big 20. Interesting opportunity. I'll go and do my internship and learn some things.
Sure.
And I fell in love with the mission and the program, and I saw the difference that it makes in children's lives, and was fortunate enough to apply. And
I wanna go
the table.
So you raise a little bit of money that way.
Yeah.
Plus, really, if you win, you get an iPad, basically, or a tablet.
Yeah, a tablet. So
that's kind of a no-brainer.
A Kindle Fire.
That's kind of a no-brainer.
And those are donations that were given to us.
But keep in mind, I mean, that's not
George Musical Theater.
Yeah, I need to find out what the deal is with St. George Music. I need to go every single year since you started doing this.
That's right.
This is baloney.
Go and steal some people off their team. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so weird. I wonder what that. Just kidding, you guys.
They're cultured.
Very cultured.
Yeah. They know a lot of things.
Apparently, or they know how to. I don't know. You have to pat them down in one foot. What is the deal with that?
Come and bring your team and find out. And so
really?
It's doors open at 5:30, and come in and get your drink and your plate and meet your friends. And then trivia starts at 6. We do 8 rounds of trivia. There's an intermission in the middle.
So 8 rounds meaning 8. So how many questions?
Job of reading the questions a year. And he loves the event, and we love having him.
Yeah,
he's fantastic.
Good guy.
And so, yeah, you get about a minute and a half each question.
I want to do this.
And an award.
I don't know that I'm going to get the Smarty Pants Award. What color is George Washington's white horse? Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's me. Where's my phone? Oh, good. Paper. And the kid next to him turns in his paper at the same time. The teacher reads him, and he goes, "You were cheating." He goes, "How did you know that?" He goes, "Because when he got the number 10, he said, 'I don't know the answer.' And you got the number 10, and you said, 'I don't know it either.'" That would be me.
Oh, that's great. I've never heard that before.
That would be me. I'm not a cheater, but presented with the opportunity, I'm going to find the answer from somebody else.
We'll sit you.
We'll get into a fight.
No, you won't.
I'm smarter than Brenda Cody. She's great. Who else is that? Who are the who's who of
Southern Utah Board, which consists of members from the college. We have a member from the college on there. We have members from the county attorney's office on there. We have local on our board, and team every year, and they're great.
All right.
They love the event, and this year we have, and they're going to bring some staff and a team and that would like to sponsor a table so that we can invite bigs and littles to participate. Then give me a call, and you can pay the $200 donation. And bigs and little
under events, go into there.
Trivia Night.
And
that's right. Bowling is March 28th next year, 2020.
So you got plenty of time to prepare for that.
That's right. 5 people to it. It's been going on for 60 years.
That's crazy.
So it's a fun one. It has It has lasted the test of time.
Can we do
People
bumper
love the
bowling?
event. That would be amazing. We do.
Yeah,
we do allow bumpers if you need those.
Can we do bumper trivia? That's smart. Bumper bowling. Yeah, that would be good. And that's in March. So those are there.
The very best we can with minimal staff so that we can fund as many matches.
Just the minimum that you need, really.
That's right.
Keeps the cost down.
Yeah.
Right. Tell me about some success. You guess.
So we serve about 200 children a year.
It's a lot of boys that need, somebody to.
We need
mentor
more
them.
male mentors.
Why do you think that's so hard? Because we're all knuckleheads and we think our lives are too busy and we don't. I can say that. I don't work. I don't work for you. I can say, men, you're being dumb. Come out and volunteer.
Come and volunteer.
And what are the prerequisites? What do they need to have the clean record? I'm sure.
In order to find the right child for
Sure.
you, and then we do referencing. We do backgrounding, volunteers, and then like to be a mentor and what are some of the challenges you might come across and what are some of the answers to those questions. And then if you complete and meet all involving out in your interview, and that's why you have a match support specialist. So you can call her anytime. Answer, we'll find the answer. We'll make sure that you have the support and the resources that you need.
Harder than online dating. And trust me, that's tough.
I bet.
It's not fun. I don't do it anymore. Literally, I'll tell you a quick story. The one and only single an ex-wife. I was like,
oh my word.
am I getting punked right now? I'm like, nope, I'm out.
That's who you were compatible with.
I'm like, what?
Oh my word. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's that properly with somebody that's going to support them and take care of them and nurture them and
we want to give you a platform to start from.
You ever have issues with language barriers? I mean, is that ever a big thing?
We don't. We do translate, and we do have quite a few volunteers that are bilingual and can speak language abilities.
You ever have group events for the littles? Do they ever get
all
together?
The time?
Like what? What do they do together?
All the time. So we try to do a monthly group event, where we invite all matches and every child on our waiting list. Because for you, all kinds of actually doing an event on the 26th of August. We partner with the Children's Museum, and all of our bigs and littles get in free to the museum that day. For that is the Elks Lodge or Zen community, and they care a lot about Big Brothers Big Sisters and have been so generous and so loving towards the children in our organization forever, as long as community and plan an event. Give me a call and we'll set it up. I would love to.
How do they get a hold of you?
0.
And it's bbbsu.org.
Correct.
That's where all the events are. They can go on there and donate even if they want.
Please donate to our event Trivia Night. Even if you don't want to come, make a donation. That would be amazing.
Kariann,